Owned by the family of Leonor and Jorge Roquette for over a century, Quinta do Crasto is a true passion. A passion springing from hard work, but rewarded by many joys. The extensive investment made in recent years has brought together past traditions and the latest technology. This successful combination has launched Quinta do Crasto into international markets. On the right bank of the Douro River, deep within the demarcated region, the estate is made up of about 130 hectares, 70 of which are entirely occupied by vineyards. The first known references to this quinta date back to 1615. Here we can find a boundary stone dated 1758, when the Douro region was demarcated by the Marquis of Pombal. Included in this first factory, together with the most important Douro estates, Quinta do Crasto has a long, rich story which goes back to ancient times. Its name, Crasto, derives from the Latin castrum, meaning Roman fort. In the 20th century, the estate was purchased by Constantino de Almeida, founder of the Constantino Port House. After his death in 1923, his son, Fernando de Almeida, continued the family business and began producing some of the finest ports. In 1981, Fernando de Almeida's daughter, Leonor Roquette, and her husband, Jorge Roquette, owned most of the firm's capital and managed the estate. In the 1990s, they began bottling and commercializing table wines, as well as the vintage port that make up the Quinta's label. With the help of their sons, Miguel and Tomás, George and Leonor have modernized and enlarged their vineyards to include another 35 hectares, as well as improved the cellars, warehouses, and the new barrel cellar. In order to complement the production of Quinta do Crasto, Quinta da Cabrera has recently been purchased, an estate covering 120 hectares, 100 of which contain new vineyards. Every year during the harvest, the grapes from previously selected lots go through a thorough sorting process. The unwavering commitment of all those who work here, together with continuous learning, technical training, and the will to always do better, are the keys to the great success of Quinta do Crasto. The entire production process combines state-of-the-art winemaking technology, including pneumatic crushers, tanks, presses, deposits, filters, stainless steel equipment, cold stabilizers, and others, with traditional techniques and skills. The most popular of these traditional winemaking methods is certainly the crushing in granite tanks called lagares. After the picking, some of the grapes are sent to the lagares, where they are foot-trodden in the traditional way. The rest are sent to the new cellars, fitted with different types of stainless steel tanks, where they are fermented at a controlled temperature. Along the entire process, the work of our winemakers is essential. With different backgrounds and styles, both Dominic Morris and Manuel Lobo have been responsible for the production of internationally acknowledged wines. Every year, different types of the finest table wines and ports are made. Table wines such as Crasto White and Red and Quinta do Crasto Reserva Old Vines. Single variety wines like Tinta Roriz and Touriga Nacional. Single vines like Vinha da Ponte and Vinha Maria Teresa. And special port wine categories like LBV and Vintage. All these wines are aged according to their specific characteristics. Red wines are aged in stainless steel tanks or in French and American oak barrels, whereas ports are aged in Portuguese oak barrels before being bottled. A passion born especially for you. Quinta do Crasto, a never-ending passion.